I think people can always find their way to each other, right? So it's not that people, you put people in a room and it's guaranteed to go any way whatsoever. I think
Yeah.
you can have sparks and people can find their ways to each other.
Yeah.
But sort of underneath what I'm saying is the time that we spend with other people, the time that we have, period, is sacred.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
time we have with other people is kind of this like collective sacredness, right? We could be doing anything at any moment. Why are we spending this time together? For to what end?
Yeah.
And when I'm a conflict resolution facilitator, and so I'm trained to put people together in a room who need to have meaningful conversations and are avoiding that conversation for all sorts of reasons. And when I took that lens to other fields and said, who was creating transformative experiences for people? And I interviewed them, so many people, whether it was rabbis or hockey coaches or photographers, they kept coming back to this basic insight, which is, I don't have a line in my head of what a gathering has to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time I pause and ask, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
What is the need? Why might I bring together a specific group of people? And a purpose need not be serious. Like, you don't need to,
Yeah.
be the UN to have a purpose. A purpose is, what I mean by that is basically having an underlying sense of relevancy. Why would I want to get these people together? And that can be to celebrate the arrival of a new rug, right? I was recently speaking with a woman who was separated and just got separated, and she, like in many separations, moved out, separated, decoupled from her partner, and moved into a much smaller studio. And she was kind of self-conscious about whether or not she could gather people, and she hadn't had people over since the split. It felt like this raw moment and tender moment. Who does she invite? Does she invite kind of their shared friends? What do you kind of do here? And we talked about it, and and kind of in our conversation, she is thinking about throwing a room of one's own party.
Oh, that's lovely.
And she found she distilled it down to this need, right? There's taboo around separation. There's taboo around divorce. But this is the most courageous decision I've made. I have created space in my life. I have taken these massive risks. I have literally changed my life and my infrastructure and my home.
Yeah.
How then and who do I want to enter into it in this moment? And that when I say a need or a purpose, it can be a hilarious night. It can be full of humor. It can be full of joy. It can be full of tenderness. But it's having a decision-making filter of what is actually happening in my life or my community, and then who is invited in. And then that guest-making list in your head actually becomes this incredibly intentional practice of, given this purpose, who do I want to help fulfill that purpose for this evening?
Yes. Yes. Not cosmically for all time.
Exactly.
I did just get my best friend was having a birthday that she was a little, I don't know, she just felt blah about. And I just read your book, and I thought, I think we just need a little emotional timekeeping right now. So we wrote down everything that's happened that felt like it just hadn't quite gotten celebrated in the last year. And then we picked, we made up dumb thematic cocktails about it. And
let's hear the list. Let's hear the list.
The truth is, one of them was called a rum of one's own. So,
Oh.
but it does feel good when people like can keep pace with us in the thing that is lighting up or sometimes shutting down our lives. I think the best party I ever threw was only because I was very sick, and I mostly didn't have that many people that lived around where I was getting chemo, and I really just wanted people to sing Christmas carols with, because I love it when you get a room full of people who sing. And I don't
beautiful.
even know if they liked each other that much, but like they really
It
did.
doesn't matter.
When they all sang.
Yes, completely. I mean, there's so many, we used to in traditional communities, when people were born in the same place and ate the same food and worshiped the same God and died on the same soil, there were embedded rituals that helped for moments of transition. And so whether it's Christmas carols, like if I were to like reverse engineering that beautiful gathering, you thought about what is your need. And your need was not Christmas carols, that's an activity. Your need was to feel deep joy. And then you thought, well, what are the elements that give me deep joy? Well, Christmas carols, without judgment, right?
Yeah, totally.
And it's like, who are the people in my life? Not who will sing Christmas carols, but who will literally follow me to the ends of the earth and love me when I need to be loved on.
Yeah, that's right.